Not ready. I'm not even ready. What is going on, everyone? Happy Friday and welcome to Comics in
Schmear, the Jewish comic and beer channel. Schmear.
Schmear. Welcome to Comics in Schmear. Yeah, see?
Now it's become like a 50s gangster
Hey, you know what?
Jewish
Whatever.
channel.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comics and Beer. We are your hosts. My name is Bruce.
My name is Stephanie.
And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to know what Comics and Beer is all about, well, guess what? We do that at the beginning of every show. We tell you what this is. What is this?
It is the best show you're ever going to watch in your whole life.
It's pretty true. That's a true statement, I will say. And that pretty much encapsulates everything you need to know. Now on with the show. Now, guys, this is a 1 hour live stream that we do every single Friday right here on this channel, Bruce and Stephanie Comics, where we talk about comic book news, all things comic book news. That's comic book movies, TV shows, and comics books themselves. But there's two parts to this show. Comics in
Beer, guys. Beer is like, should be bold. And then like comics should be this small.
How small?
So small.
I handle the news part of the show, and the amazing, gorgeous, absolutely stunning Stephanie handles the important
Beer. The beer. Although I'm pretty sure I messed up and got a beer that we've gotten once before, which I can't help that, guys. We've been doing this for
long time.
65 episodes. Today's the 65th episode. 65 nights of me trying to pick 4 different beers. Thankfully, we have an awesome beer distributor that always carries different IPAs. But as I was paying for it, I'm like, oh, I think we had this one before. But, oh, well, you guys probably don't remember, so don't judge me.
If I don't remember, you guys don't remember. But guys, if you guys are like, don't notice, look at this new t-shirts. Oh, I got boobs, yes. I got a push-up bra on going right now. But guys, new t-shirts are on our merch store, which is bonfire/Bruce and Stephanie Comics. If you head to our information, or if you go to Instagram and go to our bio, there's a link that you can find in there to the merch store.
Merch store.
It supports the channel. You get cool merch out of it. It's a win-win.
And they have to be like, oh, I have that shirt, no big deal. Oh my God, Stephanie, it's so embarrassing. We're both wearing the same shirt today.
But it's really cool. I think the designs came out pretty well. There's a couple tweaks I might make for the next round of shirts, but I'm pretty happy with these so far. What do you think, babe?
I enjoy them. I gotta say, when they first arrived, I was like, ew, this material's a little like not comfy feeling. But now that I'm wearing it, I was proven incorrect. I feel comfortable. It fits good. It's not weird in the armpits. You know, sometimes shirts can be weird in the armpits.
Guys usually don't have armpit weirdness.
Yeah.
It's usually
like every
boxy.
shirt that you own has ripped armpits.
That's just because I got muscly arms, baby.
Muscly armpits.
Muscly armpits. Well, let's say hello to chat. Let's see what everyone's up to.
First in chat, Captain Comics. Welcome
What's up, Captain?
to the show. Ahoy, mates and mermaids. I am not a mermaid. They kicked me out of that club. I'm no longer allowed in the mermaid club. Second Street Marvel is here. Second Street Marvel, the only person on this channel who really gets me, as he stated, my spirit animal. I'm his spirit animal. We're each other's spirit animals. Sam King in the house from Canada, right? Sam's in Canada.
Sam is Canada, yeah.
Canada. Grumpy STL. Still don't know STL what it means. Did he tell us at one point? But whatever it is,
St. Louis?
He's grumpy
St. Louis?
about it. He's grumpy that he's from St. Louis.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Comic Burrito is here saying that he's giving himself a foot bath and a cucumber face mask
getting
at
comfy.
Spa Bruce and Stephanie.
Getting comfy, you know? Gotta do it.
The cucumber really like helps with the swelling in the bags around the under eyes. So I can't wait to see how beautiful you look.
Oh, he's gonna look so good, Cole.
Whack Comics is here from Australia. Talk about from down under.
What's up, Lee?
Lee is here. Cisco C in the house.
What's up,
Comic book
Cisco?
Poser.
Poser.
with his wrench. Sam King again saying happy Friday, everyone. Johnny Fritz saying Mr. Bruce. Hello.
Hello.
Choking to death.
She's dying. She can't handle this.
Andrew Kai again from Australia. Andrew Kai, do you and like Rat Comics hang out?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Although Australia is pretty big.
It's really big.
So probably not. But in my head, you're hanging out right now watching this together. Fish Tropic.
What's up, Fish Tropic?
That is an interesting name, Fish Tropic. Do you own a fish store? Are you really into fish?
Are you in the tropics?
Are you in the tropics? All questions we need answered in the next 10 minutes. Jeremiah Babcock is here. He has to be read Avengers.
I do not. I am way behind on Avengers.
He did not, I guess. Comic Poster said Comic Poster, I have a comic burrito. A facial one too? I don't know. I think I missed some things.
Comic burrito facial. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't
Weird.
know. I don't know.
Weird. Anything else going on?
Fish Tropic said a little bit of everything. I don't really feel like that answers my questions, but all right. That's it. I'm moving on.
Moving on. We're going to talk about the beer that we're drinking right now. I believe this is the Captain Lawrence. I'm going to add this over here and do a little bit of
It's called
this. Yeah, that will do.
Powder Dreams. It's a New England IPA, dry hopped with Mosaic, lupulin powder, Cascade, Centennial, and Zeus hops. I'm assuming it's a dream that you have after you do a bunch of cocaine. Powder Dreams.
I would say it's pretty good. What's the proof on that, babe?
7.5.
All right. I like it something like winning 6 and above. That's when things have to get really, really fun after like 3 or 4. So let's party, y'all.
Two Gum Pedro's here.
Two Gum Pedro is in the house. Guys, welcome to the show. Guys, one thing we forgot to talk about when we were introducing you guys to the show, because Fish Tropics, we haven't seen you around. We don't know if you know what the show is all about, but we do trivia every single week, and that's very important. And you should be trying to be the first person in chat to answer these questions correctly, because those get... What happens if you are the first person to answer questions correctly in chat?
You get 25 cents deposited into your Venmo account. Just kidding. You get an entry into our end of the month giveaway, which is way better than 25 cents because then you get an entry to win the grand prize. This year, we're doing a slab every month plus other cool stuff. We both just accidentally ordered the same thing, so that's going to be thrown in a prize.
They've got lots of good stuff.
And we do lots of like arm movements. There's secret messages in here.
We're big movements.
Figure it out.
But yeah, so you definitely want to do be here for the trivia. Trivia happens at 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45. And then we do rapid fire at 11 o'clock. 10 questions in total. If you stick around to the end, you have 7 tries to get an entry into the end of the month giveaway. And today's questions, Super Bowl. Do you know the Super Bowl?
Lame. I couldn't tell you one fact about football. I don't even know the rules of the game.
Well, see, I also put out a video on Instagram and Twitter every single Friday around between 12 and 2 asking what you guys want to do for trivia. One of the first person, it might have even been Two Gun, says Super Bowl. Someone says Super Bowl. And I'm like, you know what? Super Bowl, it's this Sunday. Chiefs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who is going to win that game? But
it's me. I'm gonna win.
And that is our straw poll for today. Guys, go ahead.
Two Gun Pedro. I was wrong.
Guys, hit up this link right here. Yeah, and vote. Who do you guys think is going to be the winner of Super Bowl 55? I believe it is. Is Tom Brady, the 43-year-old,
doing this longer than them,
throwing bombs?
I cannot believe Tom Brady is still alive. How is he not exploded into a million pieces? I just want someone to like sack him and then he just falls like claymation, like arms and legs.
One of the craziest stats that I saw was Tom Brady was playing in his first Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes was still a toddler.
Yes, you told me that. I don't know who any of those people are.
Well, you know who Tom Brady is.
I know who Tom Brady is only because he's married to Giselle.
Well, you know Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Chiefs.
I just heard about some guy on the radio they were making fun of who plays for Texas. He's got some weird name, and he's like Deshaun Mahalahanga or something.
Yeah, a lot of names are hard to pronounce.
And he's asking to be traded to the Jets from Texas. And when they asked him why, he said because he wants to win a Super Bowl. But then they were making fun of him because the Jets haven't won a Super Bowl in like 50 years. And they're
yeah, probably a long time.
They're like, it's been 50 years, guy. Get it together. So, but on another note, have you ever seen the Key and Peele episode where they do the NBA or the NFL games?
No.
And it's just like it's just them reading the roster, and each name gets more and more ridiculous.
That's really good. So what else do we need to talk about? Oh, the drinking game that we just started 2 weeks ago. Guys, if you guys are of age, so whatever country you live in, if you are of age to drink, join us in the new Bruce and Stephanie Comics and Beer drinking game. If you guys want new rules, all you need to do is comment on this video when this video is done being live. The comments, no one's been commenting, so it's the same rules as the first 2 weeks.
Come up with new ideas, guys. I can't carry the show.
The first rule that you guys would have to drink, and we will have to drink. Stephanie goes on a rant, and that happens like 5, 6, 7, 8 times a show.
I'm going on a rant right now. That's it.
We talk about reboots, which there's like 2 or 3 times in every single show we talk about reboots. Talk about movie delays. It's COVID. Movie delays almost always happen. Stephanie brings up the fact that Bruce pees on the floor.
Oh my God, there was so much pee on the floor this week. It's crazy. I'm going to start taking pictures of it and putting it on Instagram. How about that?
I don't pee on the floor. Both.
So much. I'm going to get a pee cam that's like hidden under the toilet bowl.
Ew.
Catches you peeing on the floor.
Our 5-year-old comes into our
There's no
room.
pee in any other bathroom.
He pees in this bathroom.
Okay, but if he pees downstairs just as much as he pees in this bathroom this morning, went in there. I don't find pee anywhere else but in this
He's
bathroom.
half asleep with a boner.
He pees in there almost every morning because I wake him up.
Right,
and then
but he's not peeing when he's half asleep. Rant.
Right in there.
Bruce opens a beer before Stephanie finishes the last one. Those are the 5 rules. Those are the times that you guys will be drinking, and it's a really good time. So,
Comic Post says every time you call something hot garbage.
Well, it doesn't happen as much as it used to.
He used to do it a lot. That was his thing for a little bit. And
these lights are really bright.
I'm very warm. I even opened a window, and it's not helping. Ignacio Annabelle DeMeglio came on.
What up,
Max
Ignacio?
Washington songs.
Max, the winner of last month's end of the month giveaway. Max, we sent you your box of goodies today in the mail. Left around 3 o'clock.
Tyler for Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, who just posted a video about him singing the SpongeBob theme song badly for 4 hours. And now I know who my best friend is. Just like that.
Just like that.
Johnny Fitz wants to know who we are going to vote, who we want to win the Super Bowl.
Sam Torn. I'm from New Hampshire, and I was raised a New England Patriots fan, and I was a fan of the Patriots before Tom Brady became like the most winning quarterback of all time, winning all those Super Bowls. Drew Brees was my boy. Then he got hurt, and then Tom Brady took over. But then I don't know. I fell out of football. I fell in love with baseball, so I really don't care about football all that much. But then Patrick Mahomes is like a really interesting character. The Chiefs are the underdogs, and I just want to see Tom Brady lose again. So I want the Chiefs.
All right.
Go on, Chiefs.
All right. Timothy Troll is here. He said he came for the comics and beer, but he's staying for the Stephanie rants. He promised to deliver some good rants today. Ignacio said that you need to start peeing sitting down so we can end this argument.
I will admit, I'm sure there's some nights when I get up to pee and you got that I have an erection because I was sleeping and it's impossible to pee. It's impossible to get it all in the toilet. I'm sorry. If you're a man, and there's a lot, I think there's only guys in right now because Jessica's not on.
Why don't you pee sitting down that one time?
Do you know how hard it is to push an erect penis into the toilet?
Yes.
You do? No, you do not. All right, guys, it is 10:14. We're going to jump to the wheel a little early tonight.
Also, Sleepy Reader 666 just got here, and Peter Good Game. Peter the Good Game.
What is going on, my dudes? Oh, wow. They updated.
What updated?
The UI for the website. They gave me an extra step to get to this.
How dare they?
So, guys, it's trivia time. Like we said,
Sam King said you should pee in the bathtub.
If you guys are the first person to answer the question, once this wheel rolls around and gives you the question, you get an entry into the end of the month giveaway, and it is going to be a pretty awesome giveaway. And this is all Super Bowl questions, so let's do this.
I don't know any of the answers, but I'll try to help you. Maybe I'll guess right.
I know some of them. I knew some of them, and I tried to pick the most interesting ones I could find.
Said the answer is Ryan.
What player holds the record for the most consecutive completions in a Super Bowl? Funny enough, we've already talked about this person on this show tonight.
It's Deshaun Mahanagan. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Tugon Pedro was first.
Tugon Pedro.
And then Tyler told me that his wife just came in and told him that singing SpongeBob theme song for 4 hours is a huge waste of time. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She clearly doesn't love SpongeBob.
Oh, man. All right, so winners. There's Tugon, you said, right?
Yes. Tugon
Right.
Pedro was first.
I'm feeling Tugon's going to win a lot tonight.
Probably why he picked it. Tugon, do you like football? Tugon's smart because he gets a lot of entries when he does that. He picks something he likes. It was like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Was the one he like crushed where he's like, do the Hulk, and we did it, and then he's like, bam, 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 bam.
And most of the time, if you were the first person to answer on those Instagram videos, I'm most likely to go with that one. Unless I find someone that comes up with something really easy for me to find. But before we normally jump into movie news and then TV and then comics, but I found this news item and I thought it was really important to talk about because it's just really important to talk about. So, are you a fan of Game of Thrones?
I was until that last season.
But that was the TV show, not the
I never
books.
read the books.
I read the books. I hope some of you guys out there have read the books. The books are so much better than that fucking stupid TV show. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy some of the twists and turns that they took that the books did not. But the book 5 that came out like 4, 5, 6 years ago now, and this guy has been saying, yeah, I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm almost done. It's coming. Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. But he is delayed and delayed and delayed. He came out and he said that he's in 2020, he wrote hundreds and hundreds of pages, but he has hundreds more to go. So he's not sure when he's going to finish it. Dude, come on.
He's going to die before he finishes it.
This guy is so fat, so overweight, does not take care of his body. There's no way. And there's supposed to be 7 books. There's supposed to be 2 more, 6 and 7.
Wait, he's going to do another one after this?
Yeah, it's a 7-book trilogy.
How can he decide how many books there are when he hasn't even finished writing the 6th one?
I think it's like he has an ending where to go to, and he wants to get there, and he wants to do certain things along the way.
He's got to do like people who don't want to know the sex of their baby do, but they write it down, like the doctor will write it down and put it in an envelope. Like he just has to write how it ends and put it somewhere. So when he drops dead and the series isn't finished, he can just be like, oh my God, that's what was going to happen.
Drink because, oops.
Oh my God. Oops. That was really weird. The way you said it was weird.
Well, you're weird some days too.
Some days.
But yeah, so I'm both annoyed and that feels good, babe. And just like, come on, dude, finish the books. I'm a huge fan. I want to read the next books, but all right, let's jump into the movie news, shall we? So, 2 things with this next news article. You know who Chadwick Boseman is, right?
I do.
And when you think of Chadwick Boseman, what do you think of?
Wakanda Forever.
Is that all you think of? Is Black Panther?
Yeah, I know he did that other movie, but we watched the trailer to it, and I did not watch it.
He did 42, which is a big movie about Jackie Robinson, and he's been a bunch of movies in before that I think are all really good movies.
I've never seen them.
But
I don't watch a lot of movies.
He was in this new movie coming out. I forgot what it's called. What's it called? Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's a movie coming out on Netflix. He actually got nominated for a Golden Globe. I'm sure he's going to get nominated for an Oscar for it as well. It's usually how it works is Golden Globes, most of them move right over to Oscars. And I watched the trailer. I think we watched the trailer together.
We did.
It looks like a really awesome movie. The makeup that they did to the main woman
Oh my God, she looks like
insane.
You guys remember in Rocko's Modern Life that like next door neighbor frog woman, the frog man, and then his wife? That's what she looks like.
Oh man, this one's really good.
Timothy asked what we were drinking. I will show you what we're drinking. This is the one I think we've had before.
Oh, let me.
She drives a Plymouth Satellite is the name of it. It is from the Fat Orange Cat Brewing Company, which is one of Bruce's favorites.
It's really good.
It's a different beer every time we open it. Timothy, it's not always the same one.
What's the proof on this bad boy?
Why do you keep asking that?
It's important.
To you?
Yes, to me.
God, am I getting old?
You are getting old.
7.5%.
7.5 again. So he's nominated. That's the cool thing. I always find it kind of interesting and heartwarming, I guess, when an actor he was obviously sick with cancer during this film. Like, he was obviously really skinny, and he continued to get worse and worse and deteriorate over time and lost his life to cancer. But to get nominated for these kind of things, and then just like when Heath Ledger, after he died, he was nominated for his role in the Joker. But everyone, he will forever be known as the Black Panther, and all of his other performances will be forgotten. He will forever be the Black Panther, and I don't know if that's
because that was his biggest role, and I don't think he's disappointed by leaving that as his legacy. The Black Panther left the world as changed the way that people looked at as Black actors and Black people in the Marvel universe and in the comic book universe. I think he would be proud of.
I'm sure I'm not saying he wouldn't be proud, but playing Jackie Robinson, like a real person that was an amazing baseball player and did crazy amounts of step forwards for Black people in actual baseball, a real life thing, was pretty important, and it was a really great movie. I loved that movie. So I don't know. I thought it was funny that the article kept on referring to him as the Black Panther.
Yes, the Black Panther. Ignacio, yes, I am talking about the big heads. And he also reminded me that not only are we getting old, we are all dying. Yes, we are. Some of us faster than others. I take excellent care of myself. So slowing it down, people.
What did you think of the original Resident Evil films?
It's 10/21. We did the first trivia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the
Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich. I loved the first Resident. I know Bruce doesn't like
Resident. No, I love the first Resident Evil. Every movie after that was hot garbage.
They went in a weird way. I liked that in one of the last Resident movies where she was able to summon those flock of crows. I thought that part was cool, but where they went with the end of the world, and they have that one girl named Walmart. I don't appreciate that.
I don't know. I thought every movie besides the first one in the Resident Evil franchise was god awful. That one scene in the first one when the guy thought he was going to dodge the lasers, and then all of a sudden all the lasers come out and just slice through him and make him like Swiss cheese. That was freaking awesome. Overall, the first one was great. The video games were so good, so scary. I remember playing them at my sister's house because I didn't have a gaming console for a very long time. I'd always go to her house and stay up to 4 a.m. drinking beers and wasted, playing video games and scaring. I would go to bed with having nightmares because I just played Resident Evil. But first reboot of the night, Sony's Resident Evil reboot set to release, I believe, in September. September 3rd is the set release date because that will most likely get moved, and we will talk about this when it gets moved, and you guys will have to drink again. But let's all drink because we're talking about a reboot.
No, I'm sorry. This doesn't even look good. Look at just this screenshot. It looks
from a video game.
I was just gonna say it looks like a video game. It doesn't look like a real movie.
No, they haven't. They're just finished filming a little while ago. They're doing editing and special effects.
They don't have a picture. They don't have a picture.
I don't know.
They don't have a picture.
Sony does good stuff, man.
Name something.
All right. You know, we were talking the other day about GameStop and the whole craziness around GameStop.
Yes, but I couldn't really understand it. If someone can explain it to me, I came in late to the GameStop ridiculousness.
I mean, I personally don't know. I don't understand all of it.
All I know is something happened on Reddit, something with the stock trading company Robinhood, something with GameStop, something with buying a bunch of stocks, fucking the Wall Street people. Then they own all these stocks, but they're refusing to sell. And then Wall Street millionaires are like, well, I have to buy another boat. I can't do it because you won't sell your stocks. And then, that's all I understand.
Well, this literally just happened, 2 weeks ago? Maybe a week and a half ago?
Yeah, well, they didn't, nobody held out very long. They all sold their stocks eventually, and now it plummeted. And
well, let's just talk about the fact that there's going to be a documentary. Literally last week, there was a deal made when this was all going down with Netflix to create a documentary about this. It's with Chris Temple and Zach Ingrasci. And they have done, let's see, You Cannot Kill David Arquette, which I heard actually good things about, Bloody Nose and Empty Pockets, which I've only heard about the David Arquette one. But that's not it, y'all. That is not it. So there's been a documentary, and let's just go ahead and talk about the 2 movies that are also going to be made about this. So let's see.
But it's not like real movies like that are going to come to the theater.
No, these are real movies that are going to come to the theater.
So can someone just at least explain to me, is GameStop getting fucked in this transaction, or are they benefiting? Like, are they trying to help GameStop, or are they trying to hurt GameStop?
I think they're trying to just hurt hedge fund people. So the first one is movie rights were bought by MGM, because this guy came up with an idea.
Sam King said when you buy the GameStop DVD of the documentary, they say it's brand new, but it's really used.
That's really good. So MGM is going to be making one, and the second one is going to be a Netflix one. So the Netflix is doing a documentary, but also a movie. There is also already some guy attached to star in the first MGM one. It's just like, God. How is this happening so fast? I
strike
really
while the iron's hot. Does anyone care?
Understand.
By the time the movie is released, who's going to care? That's the question.
So, fun fact for anyone who is newer to the channel, my gorgeous, amazing Stephanie went to high school with Natalie Portman.
It's true. We both went to Syosset High School. She was 1 year older than me. No big deal. Famous by association. What is it called? 7 something of Kevin Bacon.
7 degrees.
7 degrees separation. Me and Natalie Portman only 1. We're like this.
Are you excited for Thor: Love and Thunder?
I like Thor. Natalie Portman's character, I don't care about. And the fact that she wouldn't be in it because she didn't like the director, that makes me like her less and not want to watch her in it. And plus, was she gonna come back and now be Thor's girlfriend again, or is she gonna come back as Mrs. the new female Thor?
No, she'll come back as female Thor.
I don't see her. Well, she did The Professional. I really like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she was badass in that movie. So maybe she could be badass again, but she was so weird in the Star Wars movies.
Yes.
That it's hard to forget that and then see her as The Professional again.
I've also, if you ever seen the SNL skit where she did the rap, you ever seen her rap video?
Yes. She does a lot. All her
amazing.
SNL skits are really funny.
Really good.
She's the one where she lives with that, it's her mom and her dad, and she brings her boyfriend home.
Yes.
And they're so weird. They're like I don't know, Russian or Polish, or there's some from other country, and they're just ridiculous. Noonie, they're all named Noonie, but they're all pronounced a little differently. He's like, no, you are saying Noonie. I am Noonie. Some pretty funny SNL skits. Yes, I agree.
So Natalie Portman is on set. They've already been filming Thor: Love and Thunder for a while now. The Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we showed pictures from them last week. But they have some new photos, and all the photos of everyone but Natalie Portman is in character on set. We have, Star-Lord.
What is that, a tractor? What's happening right now?
This is someone who's not supposed to be taking photos.
Okay.
So
that makes sense. I'm like, what am I looking at?
And then we got Nebula. And then over here, Natalie Portman on a horse.
It's so weird.
So I guess she went to Australia and jumped on a horse and went riding, and someone caught her, took a photo of her. And then we go over to this guy. I don't know what his name is, but he has Yondu's little thing on, because remember he took over as captain of the.
Because Yondu died. Oh my God, how sad was it when Yondu died?
I cried.
He dies, and then he tells Star-Lord that he's always loved him.
Yes.
And was his dad the whole time. I was like, bye-bye.
I saw a bunch of other photos online. If you guys see these little things right here in their hands, Nebula has this fan and this guy has this fan. I guess it's they're in Australia. And I believe Andrew Kai and not Sam King, Lee. Is it summertime there now? Because it's wintertime here. So I think you guys are in summer. So it's really hot down there right now. So they had, obviously they're covered in leather and everything. So they have these handheld fans. I thought it was pretty funny. But I also thought it was really funny that Natalie Portman is on set, but riding a horse in jeans and a t-shirt.
Next time we're on Comics and Beer, I will show you my high school yearbook, and I'll show you my picture of Natalie Portman in my yearbook for proofsies.
Proofsies. All right, guys, it is now 10:30. It is time for trivia number.
Dose. I forgot we did the first one.
That's
how irrelevant the Super Bowl trivia is to me that I already forgot we did it.
Do we care?
I don't care.
All right, guys. The first person to answer this question correctly in the chat, you get an entry into
the end of the month giveaway. Slabs, statues, candy.
Oh, she's throwing candy into next month's end of the month giveaway. So if you like candy, you definitely want to be answering this question correctly. What interrupted the play in Super Bowl
for 34 minutes? You were like 10, 11, 5, 7.
It's 50 something.
It's 6. That's 7. So 5, 6, 7. So 57. That can't be right.
No, it's 55 on this one.
That's 10. What does the L stand for?
Actually, who's the first person that said
election fail?
Electoral failure. Peter, good game.
Peter, good game.
Good game.
I was gonna say Janet Jackson's nipple. Her nipple.
The nipple. It hit something on when it fell out.
It was like, and then she had like really pointy nipples and it like poked a button and she's like, imagine how hysterical would that be if Janet Jackson had her nipple slip, but then she had fucking whack ass looking nipples. That would be hysterical.
That would be pretty funny. All right, last bit of movie news. Excuse me. Here we go. So a while ago, we were talking about how Vin Diesel and The Rock had a feud, and they hated each other, and they didn't want to talk to each other, and they literally almost didn't finish filming like Fast Furious 7 or 8 or whatever.
Who cares?
Who cares? Well, turns out they have buried the hatchet. They are besties again, and The Rock is going to be in Fast 10. And he might even sign on for Fast 11. He doesn't know yet. Are you guys excited for more Fast and the Furious? Have you caught up with the whole franchise? The last one I saw was like 5.
I don't care about any of it. The fact that The Rock is coming back, I feel like it's a huge step down. Like, what are you doing in your life, Rock, that you need the money from Fast and Furious? I don't believe it.
She doesn't believe it.
I don't believe it. Also, I would like to shout out Ignacio Annabelle DeMeglio for properly explaining to me what all the nonsense with GameStop was. Okay. I appreciate you.
That's good.
And now I feel like I have a better understanding. And then Jeremiah wants to know what I thought about price increase. Venom for $10. Is that what you're like? Comic book price increases? That's stupid. If you pay more than $4 for a comic book, it costs them nothing. It costs them nothing to print these comic books. What are you paying the extra money for? Nothing. Fucking money grabs. They're like, oh, this special thing, $10. The fucking future state shit. Don't even get me started on how stupid they increase prices for future state. Garbage.
All
garbage. Right. I hate when they tie in these fake world shit and then they're like, $10. Stupid.
All right, babe. Talking about future, this is actually a perfect segue, and that is a rant. So let's go ahead and drink. We need to get a drink counter. That's what we need to get in this house and this show. This
I'm
world.
Missing my sound bar where I could be like, ain't nobody got time for that.
I can bring that back, baby. So talking about future state, what would you think about the Chiara Floor CW Wonder Girl TV show?
Everything the CW produces is fucking stupid. So I wouldn't care. I wouldn't watch it, and only stupid teeny boppers would. There's nothing of real substance coming from this. Plus the Yara Floor, she's trying to be like from fucking, what's the girl from who's named Floor? That from the movie you like with Adam Sandler. Where she's Floor.
Yeah. Spanglish?
Spanglish, thank you. That is the only Floor I'm willing to watch on any kind of screen.
Spanglish is such a good fucking movie. I love that movie so much. But there is a Wonder Girl TV series based on Yara Floor, even though there's 2 comics at this current time printed. So this is going to be its own little thing outside of any comic thing that's happening. But yeah, there's a lot of excitement about it because this is the first Latin Wonder Woman character ever to come out. So it's big for the Latin community. I'm all for that. I think that's really, really cool. And she's going to be traveling, I believe, to Brazil from Idaho because she's, born in Idaho. Born and raised, just born and raised in Idaho.
Potato country.
But she's going to go to Idaho and find out her roots. But I guess her parents were an Amazon. So somehow an Amazon left other than Diana Prince, which I think Diana Prince was supposedly to be the only Amazon ever to leave. And that Amazon then mated with a Brazilian god of some kind, and she is has roots both in the Amazon and Brazil. So
Okay.
Just giving you guys the down low. I'm not judging.
Okay. I'm gonna keep saying okay. Okay.
Do you like Don Cheadle?
I mean, I guess. I don't not like Don Cheadle, but like, am I like, fuck yeah, Don Cheadle? No.
I mean, I like him. I really like him as an actor. There's this movie called Reign Over Me. Very underrated movie. It is a little sad. I ended up crying. I cry in movies, yes. It's about Reign Over Me, a quick synopsis of that film. It's Adam Sandler, Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle plays a dentist in New York City, and Adam Sandler plays a man who lives in New York City.
A man.
And his family died in 9/11. And he was traumatized by that. And he was grieving, and he's basically like reverted into kind of like a childlike persona, kind of, sort of.
Michael Jackson of this movie.
And it was incredible. One of the, like, it was so good. Pearl Jam did some of the soundtrack to that. Come on, Pearl Jam, fucking Eddie Vedder, come on! But once I saw
David Andrews on, he said, I don't think even Don Cheadle is like, fuck yeah, Don Cheadle.
But then, when I saw him take up the mantle as War Machine, I was like, Don Cheadle? That's who you pick for War Machine? Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle?
He's like old as shit already, and you want him to continue being War Machine? Like, are we going to have, like, basically old man Steve Rogers in War Machine? What? But they're continuing with it, and he's going to be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Soldier.
It's part
soldier.
Part soldier, part your shoulder.
And he's also going to be the main lead in Armor Wars.
I don't know what that is.
It's a show about after Tony Stark dies and people steal the Tony Stark tech. They start doing suits, and he's going.
Spider-Man would never let that happen. First of all. Second of all, I want to hate on all these stupid Marvel shows they're making, but WandaVision is turning out to be so good that maybe it's going to be all right, but I'm still going to hate on it. WandaVision is the only thing that's going to be good.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I just can't get behind Don Cheadle. It's so hard to get fucking behind Don Cheadle. Staying on, Falcon in the Winter Soldier. Sharon Carter. She was a big part. Oh, she shouldn't be a big part. She had a part in Captain America Civil War. Not Civil War. Was it Civil War? Civil War. She was one of like really interesting female character in the comic book. She dates and marries. Or I don't know if she marries. Dates Steve Rogers. I think she's a great character, and she has been confirmed for Falcon and the Winter Soldier through merch.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's what you said.
Sure. Enjoy my
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Still put an H in there. Still.
Okay. Well, that's what's going to happen. But yeah, there's merch out that is her. So we're going to see her in the TV shows, which I'm pretty excited about because I really enjoyed that character.
Have you been watching WandaVision? Are you all about WandaVision? Because at first, we watched like the first 2 episodes and we're like, what the fuck is this shit? Is the whole season going to be some weird 1950s like throwback and they're just pretending like we're going to want to watch this? But then it brings it around and you're like, holy moly. Although we didn't watch this week, so don't tell me.
I didn't tell you what?
I'm telling the people.
Oh, don't tell her.
Don't tell me. But it's been pretty good.
All right. So, babe, what do you think about period pieces? Like movies set back in different time, like a long time ago.
I'm assuming you were talking about pieces of art or movies based on women's menstrual cycles, and I'm all about that. But movies based on different times, dumb. I live in the now.
So you don't like movies like set back in like the 1800s, 1600s?
I'm just kidding. I mean, it depends how well they do it. When they do it and they set it back, but then they make it like funny and relevant to now, then I enjoy it. If it's just like 1800s and then like there's no.
Well, let's give you some context. Did you ever see the TV show Taboo?
No.
It's a Tom Hardy thing from on FX. If you guys haven't seen Taboo, it's fucking incredible.
Jeremiah Babcock said Carrie was a period piece.
Taboo was written by Tom Hardy's dad, and then he produced it, and it's amazing. It's set back in during 1500, 1600. It's during the whole tea revolution, like tea coming over to America.
Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, the Boston Tea Party, that whole thing. Maybe not 1600, 1800s. I don't know, whatever the fuck that is. But then Carnival Row.
I like Carnival Row, but that's, again, it is set in the past, but it's like, I feel like relevant to current times.
Yes, I know, I agree. We love Carnival Row. It's with Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne. We really enjoyed it. It's fairies, monsters. I shouldn't say monsters, like creatures.
Creatures, otherworldly things.
What would you think about a period piece with superheroes? But not like Captain America and that kind of fucking bullshit. Like
that kind of fucking bullshit.
Like,
I thought Captain America was one of your favorite Marvel movies.
I mean, Captain America Winter Soldier is.
Exactly.
But superhero, but like people who get powers, but like you got to think about like that's when people believed in witches, and that's when all that craziness would happen. Like they're like they don't know about science.
If you think that in 2021, if witches came out and were convincing enough to make people believe that witches were real, that people would react exactly like they did 300 years ago, you're fucking bananas.
What?
There would be burning witches on the corner and people would be losing their fucking minds. No change. No change.
All right.
It would be exactly the same.
All right, let me get to my point. There is a new show. We watched this trailer. Like I'm trying to build Stephanie up, give her a chance to like give you guys a rant, and she did. She came through like she always does. HBO is coming out with a historical superpowered drama called The Nevers.
We watched it together. Bruce is all psyched about it. I think it looks
I think it looks really fucking cool. It's an HBO Max show, so it has some of that.
HBO does a great job, so maybe. But they also did that fucking weird ass show that we watched, Raised by Wolves.
Oh.
That show was so fucking weird, and it was on HBO. So it was like well done, but also weird as fucking shit. It got weirder every episode, and by the last episode, we were like, "What happened?"
It was so weird.
So weird. If you've watched Raised by Wolves, you understand. Where are you, Jessica? She was like on for our Instagram live show, but then didn't come on here. So we can talk about how weird Raised by Wolves was. But anyway, this show, like I said,
I think it looks cool.
It looks cool, but, and like I said to Bruce, they made it an all-girl type cast.
They did.
Not that I'm anti-all-girl type cast, but you could already tell that they're leaning into like it's all women, so we have to be cheesy and make them
I don't see the cheese factor at all.
Cheesy. And make like their magic like.
It seems like the two main characters are going to be female. They might even make all the superpower. Maybe it's like one of those things where the only people who are affected by the thing that happened are females. But I don't care. I think it looks cool as shit. I really like I love timey stuff. I really, really do.
Timey. He likes timey stuff. I didn't think that it looked like it was gonna be amazing. It looked okay.
It looked cool. I want to check it out.
Make it dumb because. Just like in Endgame, when they were like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?" And then all the women superheroes got together and like, "That's okay, we got this." And then they were like, fucking held tampons into the air and flew through it. That's exactly what this. I can tell already. That's exactly what this is gonna be. Where they try to make it girl power, but they just make it fucking ridiculous and like.
It was that was the worst part of Avengers Endgame. But
exactly, speaking of magic periods, that's what they're gonna do. Jessica's here now. Were your ears ringing that I was going on a rant that you weren't here and talk about how weird fucking Raised by Wolves was? How weird was Raised by Wolves? I feel like you have to find just like there's got to be somewhere out on YouTube like a clip of all the weird scenes. This woman is like a robot and they send her to like another planet so she can raise adult children who aren't like Catholic because the Catholic religion has taken over. But then it ends where she gets like impregnated by like a snake fucking alien. It is so weird. And then they try to kill themselves, but they just come out the other end and then the snake's like flying through the air. It was so weird. I'm not even doing it justice. Watch it so you can agree how weird it is.
All right. Before it's 10:45, actually, let's do trivia and then I can go back into my news.
Weird.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't weird, but man, that was a rant of all rants. All right, guys, it is Super Bowl trivia because it's Super Bowl Sunday this Sunday. I'm actually kind of excited to watch the game. I'm going to force the kids to watch the game.
I'm not going to watch the game. You can't force me. I'm stronger than you.
Well, you can't force me to turn off the game on the TV. So, and I know the kids said they want to watch it. So, the older kids, Jack doesn't fucking know what football is. So,
Jessica's laughing because she said you made a crazy face while I was going on my rant.
What team won the lowest scoring game in Super Bowl history?
Was it the Jets?
No.
When you're a Jet, do-ba-do-ba-ba-do. I don't know the words.
If you can tell me the team and the score of the game, I will give you 2 entries.
It is... I don't even know teams. David Andrew says Green Bay.
Nope.
Peter says the Chiefs.
Nope.
Ignacio says the Lions, but I
Nope.
feel like he just keeps typing the Lions. The Bears. Bad news Bears. The Jets. Jessica's just saying what I say. The Chiefs.
David Andrews right, 13-3. What was the team?
He said Green Bay. You're saying it's not the Packers?
Nope.
Indians, the Lions, Chiefs, Redskins.
Indians? No, Indians in football.
The Isotopes. The Browns, the Patriots.
Patriots. Who said the Patriots?
David Andrews.
David Andrews. Correct. He gets 2 entries.
David Andrews. He cannot speak tonight. Your shoulders are hurting you, David Andrews.
David Andrews.
David Andrews. That's what he said.
David Andrews. You get 2 entries into the end of the giveaway because
13-3.
Because it was the Rams versus the Patriots, and Tom Brady also had the most consecutive completions in a game, 16. But he ended up losing the game to the Giants with that guy. He literally, from the Giants, caught the ball, somehow caught it here, put it to his helmet, and landed on the ground and caught the fucking ball. And then the Giants.
I said laces out.
That's when I
Finkel and Einhorn.
That's when I was living in New York City, being a Patriots fan, being like, "Oh no, Tom Brady's gonna win the fucking game!" Yeah! And then Giants win, and then it's just like you just hear every firehouse comes out with their fire trucks, horns blazing, every bar explodes. I was like, "Oh my!" I just walked home from the bar, like, I fucking hate my life.
Thank you, Jessica, for understanding my reference.
Okay.
Did you drink another beer without me? Are you up to your 4th beer?
Yes.
God, we didn't even talk about the 3rd beer.
Well, you are so far behind, and the white balance on this camera is driving me insane. All right, so David Andrews gets 2 entries. Back to Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
I would like to stop for a second and let everybody know that Comic Burrito said that he had his local comic book shop order all the back issues of Resident that he could because he needs to find issue 2 and 6.
Well,
if you guys have not noticed our beer can, which we can go over because Bruce hasn't showed you the 3rd beer and then moved on to the 4th beer like a very inconsiderate human being, you will see Resident number 7 is here that just came out on Wednesday. And everyone in chat, 26 of you should have at least bought it, then told 26 of your friends. If you don't have 26 friends, that's a lie. I'm going to find your Facebook feed. You have enough people on there that you should be like, buy Resident. Everyone's getting it Resident for Christmas and your birthday. Resident.
I mean, Stephanie and I are obviously huge fans of David Andrews. If you watched our review, which not enough of you did, I think we did a decent job of reviewing issue number 7. But we said that we're best friends with David Andrews, and we think we are best friends with David Andrews. If we ever meet up in California, because that's where he lives.
I've never been to California, David. I'm coming to visit. I hope you have an extra birthday.
He's just a really down to earth dude. He loves comic books. Like, he just has comic books behind him. Every story he's talked about. He's been collecting comics since he was a kid, and he is just a down to earth person who writes amazing comics. Please follow him on social media because he has a new book coming out in Q4 of this year, which is like October, November-ish. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be this fantasy type book. It's from Volt Comics. Get fucking prepared for that. Get prepared for 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Resident, because that's when that story is going to wrap. It's going to be the saddest fucking ending because I never want that book to end. I want it to be Walking Dead length.
You don't want it to be Walking Dead length. Walking Dead has jumped the shark a long time ago.
What happens in Bruce rants? Is that like double drink?
You don't get a rant. Bruce has never gotten upset about anything in his life. I could set Bruce on fire.
Oh, actually,
I could set Bruce on fire and he'd be like, it's okay. You know, at least it's heating the house and I can put the fire out. So it will be all right.
I have an article coming up that we're going to rant about.
Let's see Bruce go on a rant. I want to see it. I want Bruce to have the passion that comes from being born in New York. He doesn't have it. He's from New Hampshire, where they're like, oh, the light is green and you haven't moved yet. That's okay. I'm just gonna sit here and not fucking beep the horn.
I'm just gonna ask Peter Goodgame to put his earmuffs on
because there's gonna be no rant. So just be prepared because Bruce is gonna try to rant.
All right, let's talk about news.
He's gonna talk about shoulders and fucking dandries, and he's not gonna be able to do it.
All right. So Black Panther 2 is coming out. Already Kevin Feige, whatever the fuck his last name is, has confirmed that it is coming out. So Stephanie, you need to go on to this beer. This was the third beer that you are behind on. I think it's Coogler, David Coogler. Sorry, Ryan Coogler was the writer director of Black Panther. He is working on Black Panther 2. I'll bring up the beer cam while I talk about this.
I'm going to talk over Bruce about this beer. It's called It's 10 p.m. Do you know where IPAs are? I don't know if this was a nationwide thing, but it was a thing in New York for a while, especially when I was a kid. Where it's like, it's 10 p.m. It would come on the news every night at 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? To make you feel bad about being a bad parent, I guess, if you didn't know where your children are. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Do you guys know where your children are? It's 10 p.m. I know where mine are. They're sleeping.
You're sleeping.
They're all sleeping, hopefully.
You done? All right, so going back to what I was talking about.
Bruce,
so
Jessica said you're cooler with pink hair.
Oh my God, Jessica, stop. So Ryan Coogler is working on Black Panther 2, but he's also working on a Wakanda series. And he actually signed a 5-year contract with Disney. He would only work on Black Panther stuff.
Wait, who is this? I missed the first part.
The writer-director of Black Panther.
Who is he anyone I care
Ryan
about?
Coogler.
I don't know who that is.
He's a black man who is a writer-director of movies.
Why does it matter that he's black?
It's important that
is it important
a
about
black,
the start part of this? Is there not a lot of black writers?
There's not a lot of black directors. And you're writing and directing a black character. So it's important that someone who understands being someone of color directs a movie to make sure that it has that inspiration,
How good was Black
gusto.
Panther? Bruce hates Black Panther. I thought Black Panther was such a good movie.
And no, I think it's fucking one of the worst MC movies there are. That's like
forever.
My bottom of the list movies. It could have been so much better. There's good parts of it. I'm not saying it doesn't have good parts, but it is a terrible fucking MCU movie.
20th Century Comics said that if I am the Ginsu knife, which I am, that Bruce is the big spoon.
But I think it's cool that he signed a 5-year contract and he's going to be doing more. I mean, that took so long. It's like 10 minutes talking about that.
Also, welcome to the show, 20th Street Marvel. 20th Century Comics. 20th Street Marvel. God. I feel like there's a bunch of people that I mix.
All right.
Zombie X Dance.
Here is the rant thing that I'm going to go on.
Let's hear it. I'm ready. Guys, let me do this.
All right, so I have 7 minutes. 7 minutes to fill a rant. So
I'm ready. Let's do this.
You saw the last episode of WandaVision.
I did.
So there's a character, Jimmy Woo.
Mm-hmm.
He was the officer that is outside of the bubble.
He's the police officer in every movie that's ever been created.
And he was also in Ant-Man. He was the guy who was trying to arrest Scott Lang. And he was there during the whole thing. He tries to do...
Like I said, he's a police officer in every movie that's ever been created.
He's also in... what's that? Asian
Fresh
movie?
Off the Boat.
Fresh Off the Boat. He was hilarious. That actually show is so underrated. It is so funny. So funny. But he was in that as well. He tries to show off for Scott Lang because Scott Lang's supposed to be like, he does magic and he tries to show off for him and he sucks at it. And there's a scene in the end of the second movie where I guess there's a interaction where they agreed to go out to dinner and talk about some other stuff.
Who is this?
Scott Lang is Ant-Man.
Okay.
Paul Rudd.
Is this part of the rant?
Yes. So
are we building up to it? Is it a slow build?
Oh my god.
Because I'm waiting.
Everything with her needs to be like immediate. So this article
gratification people.
And see, she burst the bubble of everything. So I'm not
Let's
even excited to talk about this anymore. He was on some podcast which was basically asking him, is there more to this than just a bromance? Is it actually a romance? Why the fuck are we forcing in a romance into a character who's never been gay in his whole entire universe of being an MCU character? Not in MCU, Marvel Comics. Scott Lang has never been gay.
So they would be in a bromance.
No, romance. Romance.
In the movies, not IRL.
Right. Well, This has never been about IRL. This is about...
I just wasn't sure if they were trying to be they're also secretly gay together.
No, Paul Rudd has very happily married and has multiple kids. But... And this guy, the article is did that scene at the very end where you agreed about going to dinner? Was that more than a bromance? Was that a romance? Are you guys going to be gay in the movie?
But isn't Ant-Man, he's in love with the Wasp?
Yes. And nothing made sense about this fucking article. I was so angry by the time I made it to the end of this article. I'm why make a character? Why are you forcing a character that's been in this universe to be something that he's not? Anyone who's read comic books and enjoyed that, or enjoyed the last two fucking movies, know this guy is married to a woman and had a daughter.
How cute is it when Bruce tries to go on a rant? It's so adorable.
It's one of those things. It's why do you force anything into anything? Don't force it. Just let it be its thing, man. He's a fun dad who loves women. That's okay. It's okay to be heterosexual. You don't need to be cool and be oh, I am actually a non-binary dad who likes men.
Wait, so they're saying Randall Wu Randall Park is a...
No, they're saying it could be. This is an article about a reporter who talked to Randall Park saying, is there more to it? Is there...
I feel like they probably had a very short conversation with him, and then he said one thing, and they're like, oh, so you're saying that Ant-Man's gay? And he's like, he could be, because he doesn't want to offend anyone. But then they turned that into a whole article about how he was really gay. Also, I want to go back to the comments because they were pretty amazing. Comic Poster said that he was back, that he had us on for a while, and he was cleaning the kitchen, then his headphones died, and then his wife came down and said, why do I hear New Yorkers screaming in my house? Which, if that's true, that's amazing.
That's really good. Dustin, what's up, man?
David Anderson, this is the worst rant ever. Ignacio said, let him build up to it. Two Gun Potato said, leave the rants to Stephanie. Then David Andrews said he might make out with Paul Rudd. Who doesn't want to make out with Paul Rudd? Paul Rudd seems like he would be a gentle and generous lover, and everyone would want to make out with him. Jeremiah Balcax says you're a baby face, and that faces can't rant. And then Max Washington said Bruce percolates. He gets there eventually. It's a slow build.
Todd, thank you, my man. I get there and come on. She could have
And that's why Century Comics said loud noises. He's like, you're like Brant from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Where he's like, I love lamp. Loud noises.
It's just one of those things. I don't know. Everyone has their own thing they get annoyed about, and that's just my thing, where they force other things.
Can we just recognize how many times the only thing Bruce gets annoyed about is transgender or same-sex relationships? I think Bruce might be secretly not confident about his sexual orientation. With how many rants I've heard Bruce go on only about this subject.
Transgender shit.
Every time.
It's the non-binary. It's not transgender. It's non-binary. Where they make it important when it doesn't need to be important.
Bruce is going to start the next MAGA movement, make Ant-Man great again.
Who said that?
Comic book poser.
Oh my god, Dustin, that was amazing. All right, let me hit this one last thing before. So, Star Wars fans out there, Obi-Wan Kenobi series is actually happening. Ewan McGregor has confirmed that they are going to start filming late spring.
Reader 666 said, "Wait, is Stephanie turning Bruce gay?"
It is happening.
Ant-Man's not gay, but $20 is $20.
So, oh, sleepy. So yeah, he came on to basically saying they are going to start filming in late spring, and they're going to film in LA.
Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars series that they're showing him from is the same one with Natalie Portman and fucking Jar Jar Binks, and it's all stupid. He's not even cool in this movie. Bring Obi-Wan Kenobi into like a cooler movie, like the old Star Wars movies or the newer Star Wars movies.
Well, they're saying that this is going to be happening during.
Who cares when it's happening? This is Ewan McGregor was only in those shitty Star Wars movies, so he's gonna be like,
How much time do we have? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for trivia. We'll follow up with some more comic book news because there are some items I think are important to talk about, especially for you comic book speculators. We have some
David
spec
Andrew
stuff
said
to talk
when you come to California, he's going to kiss you full on in the lips.
Hey, no, I am comfortable with who I am. David, if you want to kiss, we'll kiss. You are best friends with me and Stephanie. So I will kiss you, and then she will kiss you.
And then you have to decide who's the better kisser.
That's true. That's true.
I'll warn you right now. A lot of Bruce's beard hairs go up into your mouth.
No, I will not. I'll make sure my mask. I have a problem. Like Stephanie always I come home early in the morning. I go to the gym
because he's out being gay all night.
I leave at 5 a.m. or 5:15 for the gym. And then I wear the beard, the paper mask, and they pull my beard up. I'm eating my beard for an hour, and I come home and I try to kiss her, and it's like terrible.
Bruce is eating beard pie. He's like, Bruce has been eating. He's been eating.
Not even
he's
fair.
Been eating beard all night, guys.
Not even fair.
Mikey Panasar says he also wants you to kiss him.
All right, Mikey, get ready. I don't think it's Mikey, by the way. I think it's Mickey. What QB led the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history?
Finkel and Einhorn.
This is also a quarterback we talked about.
Black Comics just keeps saying the Lions. I think that's his only comment.
We talked about this
Brady,
guy multiple
Brady,
times. Who said Brady?
Tom Brady.
Comic Noob, right?
Comic book Noob was first.
Comic Noob, you need to sell me that Dark Knight's Death Metal 1 in 25. Let's just go ahead and put that in the book.
Bruce is willing to kiss you for that.
I mean, that book is so fire. And then I find out that there is a number 6 has Robin King playing the violin. I need that as well. What the fuck?
What the fuck, guys?
That's Comic Noob, right?
Comic Book Noob. The Comic Book Noob.
All right, guys. Next up, we're going to keep spinning this wheel. It's going to be like the Wheel of Fortune up in your face.
Yeah, Burrito told me to keep saying the lines because I'll get one right eventually. That's what that comes.
Actually, there's no lions on this wheel.
Just keep saying Tom Brady, apparently, because I feel like that's been the answer for 4 of them already.
There's been a lot of Tom Brady.
Wax, say Tom Brady. Lee, just say Tom Brady over and over and over again.
What was the first team to lose 3
two
consecutive?
guys said is all the answers to this trivia. Tom Brady.
What was the first team to lose 3 consecutive Super Bowls? If you were watching,
Jessica says Pizza Nips.
So I used to love this team because they had a player named
everyone's saying Tom Brady.
David Andrew. Oh no, sorry, Sam King.
Said it first.
Sam King.
Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. Why don't you come out tonight? That's not the song. What is it?
Also, Stephanie knew that without me telling her. How did you know it was the Bills?
Because I said the Bills.
You said the Bills?
No, because Sam King said the Bills.
I know, but did you know that was the answer?
No, I just read it.
Oh, you said it oh no, Sam King has it, the Bills!
Yeah, it was because I read. I know how to read, guys.
Okay, did Sam King win? Do we know?
No, you have to check my Excel spreadsheet that I made.
I have it. I just don't have it up right now. All right, back to the wheel. Let's keep going.
If not, David Andrew, he hasn't won an end of the month giveaway. He's just won other things.
He did.
He did win end of the month giveaway?
No, he has not.
Buffalo Bills. Is that the song though? Buffalo Bills, why don't you come out tonight? Come out tonight.
Not Buffalo Bills.
What is it? It's something.
It's
Bill.
Buffalo something.
Buffalo Girls. Buffalo Girls, why don't you come out tonight?
Which Super Bowl champion recorded the Grammy Award nominated Super Bowl Shuffle? Can everyone in chat just take a second and smash the like button? We are at an all-time high tonight of 27 viewers.
Only 19 people like this. What is going on? 27 people easily like this, if not more.
Can you guys please just smash that like button? We'd really, really appreciate it.
Johnny Fritz agrees. Buffalo Girls.
I'm pretty sure it's Jeremiah Babcock gets the win on this one.
Wait, what's the answer?
The Bears.
Jeremiah Babcock was first. Yes, you were correct.
The Bears.
Max Washington earlier said Beta Ray Brady. I just wanted to throw that out there because it was pretty funny.
It was Jeremiah Babcock, right?
Jeremiah Babcock.
Jeremiah, I definitely spelled your name wrong. I am sorry, but I am buzzed.
Because he keeps drinking all the beer. I didn't drink any beer before the show started, so that way I could properly rant, because that is what the people are here for.
So we have 4 questions left. Guys, go ahead and the wheel. And like I said, we have a little bit of not trivia, news to talk about at the end. Some important stuff. If you guys are speculators, we have some spec news to talk about.
Yeah, speculating is stupid.
What performer had a now?
Oh my God, it's not Janet Jackson. Then I don't even know what the answer is. It's Janet Jackson with her nipple. Bruce Moreau's sister, Tarsha Moreau, had a nipple slip in front of me, and that's what's famous on the Super Bowl. If you're right, Tarsha Moreau, you get an extra point. And if you can spell Moreau, you get an extra point. Jackson. 20th Century Comics.
Oh shit, that was a huge jump. David Andre is the first person again.
What? I don't have David Andre as the first person. I have 20th Century Comics as the first person.
Hold on. Dolphins, Buffalo Girls, the Bears.
Look, right here. 20th Century Comics, Jackson.
I have David Andre.
But look at my screen. Where it matters.
All right, so they both get an entry.
Fine.
That's
20th Century Comics, David Andre, Stephanie Rules. Everyone gets an entry.
By the way, obviously, Two Gun has left the show tonight. Comics, and then David Andre was like, you know what? I know football. Fuck everyone else. I'm gonna get all the entries.
David Andre looks like he would watch football.
I would love to watch football with David Andre.
He looks like he would make a mean dip. Do you make good dip?
Oh, do you make like a buffalo chicken dip?
When I was younger, my aunt used to make this dip where it was like refried beans,
7-layer
sour
dip.
cream, salsa, like melted. It wasn't 7 layers. It was like melted cheddar, like shredded cheese. Dip. Oh my God, it was so delicious. I want some right now. Bruce, make me some. David Andre says he watches all the footballs.
How much were the most expensive tickets at Super Bowl #1? This is a great question.
Super Bowl #1?
Super Bowl #1.
I can't imagine people getting that excited.
You guys are going to have to Google this.
Wait, Comic Book Poser wrote Tarsha Moreau, so you have to give him a point.
Comic Book Poser, sure.
Or not a point, an entry. There's no points here.
So this is way lower than whatever you were thinking right now. And also, who said $12? Jessica Suarez! Gorski. Sorry.
It's Suarez -Gorski. Is it really hyphenated in real life? Or is it hyphenated in social media?
Comic Book Poser. And then
Poser gets one for saying Tarsha Moreau. And Jessica gets one for saying $12. When was the first Super Bowl? 1900?
No, it was like 1950 something.
1827.
So
how is $12 the price?
If it's 50 Super Bowl 55, we go back 55 years, 1970 something, right?
I'm just watching the fire burn in Bruce's head.
Yeah, 1965.
Anyway.
66. 1966.
Any whoozy.
All right, we have 2 questions left.
Whoozy. $12. That's fucking insane. I don't even believe that inflation is.
They didn't even sell out. There wasn't even a sold out.
That's why when you said it, I thought it was going to be an insane price, like $2 million. But then $12 makes sense because who would fucking be excited?
Now back then, there was like no one. It was like they didn't even sell out.
Is it Tom Brady?
What was the first team to win 5 Super Bowls? No, it's not Tom Brady.
It is the Patriots.
Nope.
It is, I don't know any other football teams.
Tom Brady won't save me. Not the Steelers.
The Lions. I can't math either. 69.
Cowboys. I love this. This is like something that not everyone knows. David Andrew, come on, not Green Bay. All right.
Steroid Steelers.
Here
Isotopes. Yes, Ignacio, it's the Isotopes. I agree.
Here's a hint.
The Giants, the Cowboys.
Joe Montana was the quarterback.
The Giants. No, it wasn't the Giants. It was a New York team, though, right?
No, it's not a New York team.
Isn't Joe Montana from a New York team?
No.
I don't know anything about football.
The San Francisco
49ers. Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, I loved the San Francisco 49ers just because their initials were SF and my initials were SF. So I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. But no. Jessica right?
Jeremiah Babcock.
Where are you reading? Because I got Two Gun Pedro, Jessica.
Oh, Two Gun? Where? Oh, Two Gun.
Greek. No, wait, whoa. Because 49ers is right after Roscoe.
Oh, you got Roscoe?
I got Roscoe like way before everybody else.
Where's Roscoe? Wait. Geek out with Roscoe.
And then wait. Yeah, Roscoe got it right. I was gonna say that. What's his name?
Is he Roscoe? Like Roscoe from
The Art of Roscoe?
Geek Out with Roscoe. If you guys don't know who Geek Out or Roscoe is, check him out with Art of Roscoe. He's like a really good dude. I've hung out with him. She's hung out with him on Rod the Rican's channel. And he's just a good dude.
He's a good dude.
All right, so the last question is, here we go. Who was the headliner of the first Super Bowl halftime show? Again, who was the first headliner of the first Super Bowl?
Is it Madonna? Patti LaBelle.
It has a number in it.
MC Hammer. Bono. 69 Boys. What? That's not a musical group.
I'm not saying it. No one said it was a musical group.
Comics got it right, though.
Who did?
20th Century Comics.
Oh, really?
He said the Three Stooges, and that's apparently what it is.
That's what it is.
Max Washington said the Dukes of Hazzard. Whack Comics said Tom Brady, which I feel like we should just give Whack Comics an entry for saying Tom Brady.
Whack Comics.
Give me Tom Brady. The Jackson 5, which is a good guess, Jessica, I gotta say. Sum 41, because you said it at a number. Who even remembers Sum 41? I forgot they existed until you said those words. I forgot that Sum 41 was a thing. That is amazing.
Who forgets Sum 41? They're such a great band.
I have all their CDs. I still have all the CDs I have from 1990s when CDs were a thing. I still have like that giant like case that you open, and then all my CDs are in all their little slots. And my car still has a CD player. One day, maybe I'll play them in my car, but probably not.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right, so we're going to jump in.
6-disc CD changer.
All right, guys, so stick around for 15-ish minutes, and you guys can catch in comic book news. Guys, you know I am a huge Batman fan. I love Batman so much. He's my favorite character in all of comics. James Tynion IV has done an amazing job of creating new characters and bringing new things to life. He's brought Clown Hunter, my favorite character, which is right over here. My amazing partner, Stephanie, bought me a signed by James Tynion in Jorge Jimenez.
I had to jump through a lot of hoops to get this stupid signed comic book.
Jorge Jimenez is my favorite artist of all time. And signed by both, 9.8 CGC slabbed. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing I own in comic books, and my baby brought it for me.
I did. It was stupid expensive.
He also brought in Punchline. James Tynion is introducing a lot of new characters. So if you are a speculator and you want to get in on the shiz, then James Tynion is bringing in a new character called Miracle Molly. Just got released, I believe, today or yesterday. So definitely contact your LCS, because the first issue 106, which is hitting stores, I believe April, is her cameo appearance, and 108 is going to be her full appearance. So those are the two issues that you guys will
full nude.
You want to pre-order if you are in the spec game. She looks like she has like a digital eye, and she's just like full up, I don't know, half robot, half human, I guess. She looks crazy.
I'd like to go back to the chat because Why Comics said that he saw Sum 41 live back in the day, but then Ignacio Meglio let us know that Avril Lavigne remembers Sum 41. Remember when Avril Lavigne was dating the lead singer from Sum 41?
I do.
But then she was from Canada, Sam King, and she was all like trashy and she's like spitting at reporters and she's like, fuck the police, I don't give a shit, I'm Avril Lavigne, I date skater boys and I don't care what anyone has to say about me. Where the fuck is she now? Nowhere. Remember that whole conspiracy, like Avril Lavigne was like really a pod person and like someone else was pretending to be Avril Lavigne and then she was dead. Do you remember that? I do.
That was weird. All right, so you guys know DC Future State is going on right now, and they're like, DC after this is going to be like a soft kind of reboot, you could say. Continuity is not going to be important to the DC universe anymore. That's mainly, in most people's opinion, because they want to be loose with whatever is happening for movies and TV shows. So if they want something to happen that they can quickly shift within the comic universe. Shift or shit on the comic book universe and then do whatever the TV's doing, but basically shift quickly to, if you're reading comics or if you're watching the TV show and want to jump into comics, you can quickly jump into that universe, which I understand. I get that. That's also really fucking shitty for all comic book viewers.
Also, the comic book news, Noob and Whack Comics remember when Avril Lavigne was a clone. So thank you. I appreciate that. Comic Poser said, why did my Avril Lavigne impression just turn weirdly Southern? Because I'm weirdly Southern.
So this...
And then Avril Lavigne did do those... There was proactive commercials. She was all about those proactive commercials.
So DC Infinite Frontier is coming out soon. And then it also goes through what the creative teams are going to be for the main books after this. Justice League is going to be Brian Michael Bendis. Stay away from that because he's terrible. But Batman, obviously pick up Batman because it's James Tynion and Jorge Jimenez and Torre Morneau. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name, but definitely pick up that. Wonder Woman is by Becky Coloon and Michael W. Cornad. I don't know if you should pick that up or not. We stay away from Wonder Woman for the most part.
Unless it's Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Unless it's Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which is by Philip Kennedy Johnson, I believe. And that's where you want to pick it up.
Yes.
Wonder Girl.
David Andrews said Bruce's rant. That's shitty. End of rant. Bruce's rants suck.
Wonder Girl by Jolie Jones. I want to say give that a chance. I have enjoyed the first issue. I'm going to read the second issue of that. Her artwork is gorgeous. It's so good. It's worth picking up just for that. Green Lantern Alan Scott by James Tynion IV. Give that a chance. Teen Titans Academy by Tim Sheridan and Raphael Savidal.
Are you going to read this whole list?
I'm going over the important things.
You've read everything, though.
Yes. These are all the important books.
All right, I'm ready. Keep going.
I know you don't give a shit, but these comic book readers, you will give a shit about this.
But you guys can read too, and you probably already know about this.
All right, so let's just skip it. Everyone already knows about this, so let's just fucking skip it. So
I'd like to say that Ignacio told you you're wrong. It's Daniel Warren Johnson. Jessica wants to know, why are you so complicated?
So Daniel Warren Johnson, yes, I am sorry. Philip Kennedy Johnson is also another amazing writer. So we skipped everything else because Stephanie thinks it's not important.
Thank you for understanding that. Moving on.
So I don't even know where I am anymore. So Marvel is doing this whole mix-up, which DC just did. And they also just did this a little while ago. So they're basically just rehashing an old thing. But if you guys are into like rehashing of characters, your whole thing is Reborn, because that's happening in Marvel right now. So
Future State, guys. Future State, Reborn. Everything's new. No big deal.
This is Marvel. No.
I understand. Newborn is Marvel's Future State. Reborn. Not newborn. Not newborn babies. Everyone's being reborn. They're reinventing themselves. Look at this. Miles Morales is now the Falcon. How cute is? Look at his tiny hiney. Look at Kamala Khan in Girl Power. She's so adorable. She's being reborn. Look at this. Sam Alexander, Kid Spectrum. Reborn. Hashtag reborn. Hashtag Future State. Hashtag $7.99.
So also there is going to be a new Mr. Miracle. I guess he's been around before, but he's actually coming back. I wasn't excited about this because I read Tom King's Mr. Miracle and I absolutely love that. I love that character so much. And he is, I hate to say this, a white man who is married to Big Barda. And when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, are you trying to force in a black character?" But I guess this character's been around before. I just haven't known him. So that's me being ignorant. And when I scrolled down, I was like, I don't know the writer. Oh, I don't know what to do with this. But then I saw the art. I'm like, hold on. Look at this fucking art. Let's just scroll down a little more. That is some sexy fucking art. That is some action happening right there. It is just gorgeous art. And one thing with comics, art can sell you. And I am fully sold on picking up the 6-issue mini of Mr. Miracle. And I think his character is, his name is Shiloh Norman. He's not the normal Mr. Miracle. And I'm fully sold on that. Because did you guys see that artwork? Holy shit, that artwork is sexy as shit.
I would like to say, Jessica, that I got your reference, your Avril Lavigne reference, and why does it make things so complicated? But Bruce didn't pick up on it. I tried to set him up. He ignored it because he was mad because I didn't care about the 40-minute list he wanted to read for you.
That was like 4 more books, and you were just like, important books, but
had its own explanation. I was like,
all right, so
anyway, I'm not done reading, chat. Ignacio, yes, I do remember Alf. It was a great show, and they should bring back, not reboot it, but just bring it back so I can watch it again.
No, don't bring it back.
Yes, Alf reborn in Pog form, like Alf is Pogs. Is Alf made of like a bunch of Pogs, or like do you play Pogs and Alf is on them? I need to know.
So I'm going to continue going on. So there was a book that came out in 2020 that was Spider-Man Life Story. It was 6 issues. Each issue took up 10 years of Spider-Man's life. At the end, he was pretty old. They're doing the same thing with Fantastic Four. If you guys watched Two Brother Comics, he actually talked about this a little while ago. I'm actually pretty excited about this for the same reason that Two Brother Comics was. Stephanie's bored and tired of this, so she's basically just doesn't want to be on the show anymore.
Composers commenting on all the side eye you're giving me tonight. Bruce is gonna make me sleep on the couch tonight. That's
this is actually I think a really cool story. The same reason why Two Brother Comics, Nick, he was saying the same thing. Like I'm not like a big Fantastic Four fan. Like I really don't give a shit about them. I think they're, for the most part, some of the worst characters within the Marvel universe. They come up for random stories. Sue Storm is definitely the coolest character out of all of them. Johnny Storm is kind of cool every once in a while with Johnny Storm or when Spider-Man's around, but they're doing the same exact thing. They're taking like 10 or 60 years. It says being a 6-issue mini with 10 years with each thing. So it's going to be start when they first get infected by whatever space dust they get infected with, and then until they're really old. I think it's going to be written by Mark Russell. The artist is going to be really, really good though. I'm just going to go down. It's written by Mark Russell and art by Sean Ikesny. I'm sorry. I'm definitely butchering his name. But if we go down and see his art is really, really good. And I'm really excited about this book. Like, I'm really excited about it. Because, again, I think the same thing that Nick from Two Brother Comics said, that is like, I know nothing about the Fantastic Four, and this is basically going to give you like a retelling of their history, but not changing anything. It's just like a retelling within 6 stories, which I think is really, really cool. So if you're into that and you're not a Fantastic Four fan, I think this is like the book for you. But I think if this is if you are a Fantastic Four fan and you've been reading forever, you're gonna hate this, because it's like, you forgot the story from this time, and that's not cool, bro.
I would like to go back to chat after Bruce is done being mad at me. Wait, I gotta go back. Sam King said, "You're a hater boy," which is a reference to Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy, which is amazing. And then Composer said that 7% Bruce gets sad when Stephanie crushes his list. Next week, it needs to be between 5 and 6%. But then Zombie X Dance was super excited to see that other people also see how upset you get at me when I'm talking. So apparently that's a thing I need to pay more attention to, because apparently Bruce is hating on me.
Not hating. Just I was trying to talk about something that I thought was really important, because comic books is important to me. And I was going through the DC list, and she was like, this is not important to me right now, so I need to skip it.
So long. I'm watching the viewer count go down. It's like fucking down to 22 as Bruce is like, and then another thing, and then this comic book, and then this comic book, and then this comic book, and then also the wrap it up. We need that, like, like the Emmys, like you win an award and they just say they play the music to like intro you and exit you out, and they're like, okay, your time's over.
So I would love to play how long I talk about comic books in that section, and then the rants that she had tonight.
My rants are quick, precise, and to the point, and everybody appreciates them.
Because I believe if I add those all up, that's 30 minutes of the show that's supposed to be an hour and an hour.
Separately. They're quick, and you're done with it quickly. You appreciate the quickness. It's 2021. Everybody wants instant gratification. Rants, done. Lists, done. Let's go.
All right, so the last thing I want to talk about, there's two things I want to talk about. Berserker #1 is coming out, I believe, in a couple months. It's absolutely insanity what's happening within the comic book community for this book. This book was created. I don't even know if that's even a fucking thing, by Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, like, I guess this was his idea, and then Boom Studios took it over and created what?
I'm talking to chat. You keep going. I'm sorry. I'm responding.
No, go ahead and you talk to chat.
I was just laughing at Jessica. She said, I never appreciate quickness. And then she wrote, that's what she said. Go, keep going. I was just laughing. She was funny. Just congratulating her on being funny. Ben Grimm. He's jerking off his glass right now. That's how mad he is.
I don't even know what to say anymore. So there was a comic. It came out. People are ordering it. And 600,000 copies ordered. And the other thing I want to talk about was Nocturnal. Scott Snyder's new book. It's the same thing. Lots of books are being ordered. I don't understand why. And no one cares. So I'm not going to talk about it.
Geek Out with Roscoe has mentioned it now 3 times in chat that you should be grabbing Maniac of New York. Apparently it's an indie book, and he's highly recommending it.
I'll look it up right now.
And that we made Kevin spit out his beer because Bruce was throwing a tantrum. Bruce was super upset that I didn't appreciate his comic book news. He got super butthurt about it. And after the show, Bruce and I were going to have words. He's probably going to sleep on the couch, and the cats will pee on him. So,
actually looks pretty cool. I'm into that. Aftershock does decent stuff. I want to say I like 25% of the shit they put out.
Comic Composer says he cares about Nocterra, Bruce, so tell him about it. Tell him.
Well, Stephanie doesn't care about it, so we're not going to talk about it.
Do you guys like dramatics? Are you into people feeling bad for themselves? Then this is the show for you.
All right, so Nocterra. The whole thing I want to talk about Berserker, and then Stephanie totally derailed me. That people are ordering. There is a comic book that comes out that if a comic book shop orders 1,000 copies of that comic book, that Keanu Reeves will sign it, and then they can pay extra up to $2,500 to have it sent to CGC and then sent back. And that's just bananas to me.
Who gives a shit about Keanu Reeves signing shit?
No.
Keanu Reeves could literally sign shit, and I wouldn't buy it.
I know you understand that, but there's a lot of people who do, because there is a person at my local comic book shop, Chuck, or Cosmic Comics and Games. There is a guy there that tells Chuck, any obscene, stupid shit that comes through, I want it. And he said, all right, Berserker #1's coming through. You're going to have to pay upwards of $2,500. And he's like, I don't care. I will pay it. Order it. So Chuck has to order over 1,000 books to get this. But he's also getting the 1 in 200, the 1 in 500, the 1 in 750, the fact that there's all these books 1 in 750, 1 in 500, 1 in 250, 1 in 50, 1 in anything over 1 in 25 is fucking bullshit to me. You expect a combo shop to order 700 copies, 1,000 copies? He did say that Boom Studios is allowing returns. So you can return.
Because they know that nobody fucking wants this book. It's a fucking complete money grab for Keanu Reeves. Which, by the way, what good movies is Keanu Reeves in at all? Everybody likes Keanu Reeves because he's a cool person. And he puts out cool things on the internet. And he's a good guy and like has had a tragic life story. So everyone's like, oh, all about Keanu Reeves. But how fucking terrible is John Wick? And every fucking movie he's in, he just makes like terrible movie after terrible movie, fucking popcorn, garbage shit. And then he's going to sign a fucking comic book. And now you're going to pay all this money for it? That's fucking stupid. It's stupid. And everyone who fucking falls into this shit, you're just promoting stupidity. Everybody, it's like the Reddit thing. Everyone get together and don't buy it. And then fucking we can buy it for $1.
It's really cool for the comic book industry because it's really important that comic books get this kind of buzz. Because this kind of buzz is going to hit mainstream media and it's going to hit news outlets. And that's important for comic books to get this kind of buzz. And that part is amazing. But the fact that no one knows if this comic is any fucking good. What if this book comes out and it's fucking hot garbage and everyone talks about it and it's actually terrible to read? That's actually pretty bad for everyone in the comic book industry. But if this comic book is actually good, then that's awesome because that actually is going to get new readers and new people into comic books. And that's important.
No, it's not. No one's getting into comic books because Keanu Reeves told them to. It's not fucking happening. I'm sorry. No. If I didn't know Bruce, I had no idea that it was fucking happening. It's only within the comic book community that they're getting these people who already collect comics to believe it's like a spec game. Fucking you need to grab it. So hurry up and spend all this money. Stupid bullshit. No one's like, oh my God, a chance to get Keanu Reeves fucking autograph. Because if you follow Keanu Reeves on any fucking posts or memes they make of Keanu Reeves, all you gotta do is be on the New York City subway and you'll fucking run into Keanu Reeves and he'll sign something for you. I'm not going to pay all that money for a fucking comic book.
And so that was going to bring me.
And like David Andrew said, it limits the shop owners from what they can order that month. So it pushes out the indies. So now he can't order as many fucking copies of Resident because people want fucking gay ass Keanu Reeves fucking signature. Sad Keanu Reeves in his sad fucking Keanu Reeves life. Sign things while he cries. I'll sign Keanu Reeves fucking for you on a book. It'd be worth the same amount of fucking money.
So Nocturna, which is everyone's pretty excited about this book. I'm excited about this. I love Scott Snyder. I think he's a really great writer. Tony Daniels is the artist on this book. And then obviously there's covers galore. So the main covers are going to be by Tony Daniel and Tori Mori. Jock's going to have a cover. Boss Logic, which is a great person. Our artist is going to have a cover. Capullo, and there's a blank cover. And that's what your normal covers are going to cost you. The 1 in 10 by Francis Manapul, I'm sure is great. The one that I want, I think the only issue I will pick up is by Jorge Jimenez. I think the cover is so fucking great. And then there's that's going to cost me $25. If I do end up picking that up, I might just skip that and go for the Capullo. But then there's a 1 in 50, 1 in 75, 1 in 100, 1 in 150, 1 in 200. But get this, the 200 is black with the title at the top.
That's an artist made that.
No. No artist made that. That is just what you can get.
But that's the most expensive.
Well, that is what the highest one right now. So if you order 200 copies of Nocturna, you get 1 copy of a black out variant. This is the shit that I don't like about the comic book industry. Like, why are you these ratio variants are just bullshit. Like up to 1 in 25, I get that. I will pay $25 for a certain artist on a certain book that gives me a certain cover. The Doug Menke Dark Knight Death Metals were fucking incredible. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to get the 6 and 7 now post-mortem. But 1 in 200, 1 in 1,000. What?
Just to get people to these poor comic book shops, not even stupid comic books, these poor comic book shops that have to order these stupid things for the people like Bruce mentioned who have to have the 1 in 2,000 a black fucking. I'm going to start making comic books. That's it. I'm making comic books. It's just going to be angry crayon drawings in the middle and just me being like, oh, I've only made 1,000. You better order them. Stupid.
That is all the news for tonight. I was really angry about
so much of it. We're gonna have some conversations after we sign off.
I guess we're having conversations. I'm not planning to have any conversations. I let it all out right here. But guys, that is comics and beer for tonight. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's a good show, like always. We come up on every single Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Comics and Beer, Bruce and Stephanie Comics. If you're not subscribed, get yourself subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications. And
this is how you hit bells. The bell for notification, guys. Smash the like button. 24 people now. Still only 23 likes, but we've had way more than 23 people on. So what the hell?
Oh,
if anything, dislike it. If you're angry about what I have to say, at least fucking dislike it. That
be
just
a man or a woman
rage.
and dislike it.
It fuels every time I get a dislike on a video. I'm like, yes, that's how we know we've made it. I'm pissing people off. Enough people are watching that I've made someone angry. Finally. Look how Bruce is gonna dislike this video after we're done here. Look at he's like angrily massaging the fucking side of the table. He's so mad. This is the most mad I've ever seen Bruce. Who knew it would ever take just fucking being bored about his lists?
I will never, ever, ever be mad at Stephanie.
David Andrew, we are best friends. That's right.
David Andrew, we will always be best friends, but we disagree in certain things.
20th Century Comics said, I'm no longer the Ginsu. I'm Ranty McRanterface.
Yes, that is the best name ever. Guys, don't forget, merch is available on our merch store, Bonfire / Bruce and Stephanie Comics. You can find it in our link on our both Twitter and Instagram. I need to add it actually to our YouTube page, which is silly because it should be there right now. But yeah, it's there now. Designs are going to change within the next 10 to 15 days because I think our merch needs to change every 15 days to be on Bonfire. But guys, pick it up. It supports the channel. It supports us. We appreciate it. That's it.
I appreciate everyone coming on tonight. We had a lot of fun. Your love for my rants makes me want to rant more. Bruce's anger towards my rants makes me want to rant more. The anger he gets about the things that I say and my hatred for his lists just brings me joy to my heart. And then I fuels the fire deep inside me, which doesn't take much because I was born and raised in New York.
2 more weeks until the end of the month giveaway.
I would like to say that apparently it's also hereditary because my brother, when I talk to him usually when I'm driving home, and then people just piss me off on the road. So I'm yelling at people in the street. I'm like, what is this, your first fucking day driving? Move out of the road. And every time he's like, I got to get G on the phone so he can hear you talking because he thinks that I'm just mean, but I'm just expressing myself. I'm like, exactly.
I love you.
I love you. Bruce will not be mad at me. He's never been mad at me.
All right, guys.
Strong like 3 years. He'd never be mad at me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Friday again.
Oh, David Andrew said he ordered a shirt.
Oh, you did? Thank you.
That's so adorable, David. We really are best friends.
We are best friends. Guys, support David Andrew, Resident.
Order a Resident shirt. They're only like $20. They're cheaper than our shirts.
They are cheaper than our shirts. But we thank you. We appreciate you. Guys, we'll see you next week. Next Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be putting out a video on Tuesday and Thursday. And yeah, we enjoy you.
Peace.